Hey John, it's not winging it. You call it speaking from the heart.
Appreciate it. Well, I'm not going to say a whole long and drag on it. Just a few things I want to share with you. First of all, coming out of the campaign, I guess in the party, I've been involved for about 6 years, almost 6 years. And there's been talk of, I guess, candidates that, after being involved in running campaigns, that kind of disappear. And just wanted to let you know that I'm here to stay. So that's not something that we're worried about. You know, the campaign and running for office and being a candidate, it's not an easy task. I mean, it was a very involved endeavor. I mean, it took a lot of sacrifice when you talk about your time with your family, your financial resources, and putting on the line and putting yourself out there. And I'll be the first one to admit that we did not run a perfect campaign. But I do think that the race, it did have its, how should I say it, its function. It was a need to be able to go out and speak to the issues that are very dear to our hearts and that are concern of all the people and citizens across the state. So it was definitely an honor to represent you and try to put my best foot forward to carry the message. You know, some of the things that I learned was that, and I spoke of it, I think, throughout the campaign, and what I saw, what did I run up against, is that people are ready. They are ready to hear the message we want to share. And that continues today. One of the things that I've been doing is trying to work locally, but everywhere I go, people say, you know, yeah, I think I'm libertarian. I mean, we were talking to a gentleman last night at the bar from Minnesota, and it's funny, Doug and I pretty much were talking to him, and he started off, I said, libertarian, yeah, you know what, I think I'm libertarian, even though, you know, as we developed the conversation, he seemed pretty statist to us, I guess, but even the fact that he had been used to hearing libertarian, and he even was willing to claim whatever part that he believed in, I think that's just a sign that things are definitely, even though they might not happen as fast as we like it, things are happening. And I truly believe that the way things are going, we will reach a tipping point. We're going to see a paradigm shift, you know, and we have to be ready for that and be prepared. And the things that we're doing today, the things that those who have come before us that have led us to this point, you know, have gotten us there, but we have to continue to be ready to move forward. So what do I see in the future? I think there's a couple of things we need to keep in mind. One is our motivation. You know, we are literally fighting for our liberty and our rights, our freedoms, for not only ourselves, but those who come after us. So I know it's very discouraging. Very discouraging. You know, I was not happy with the results from the election. I knew the effort that a lot of those who helped out in the campaign and myself put in to going out and sharing that message. We thought we'd do a lot better. But even with that said, I'm not discouraged to the point where I'm willing to give up and give in, because what we're fighting for is too important. So motivation. You know, find out what motivates you. What first led you to really join in and become part of this organization and go out and speak to somebody, or to read a book, or even to talk to your spouse or your neighbor about freedom. Whatever it was that got you to get started, keep that in mind and stay motivated, and hopefully continue to do more. Build upon what you've already done. Of course, we need more organization. You know, we have to be ready. It's coming. And a lot of things that we see today, it may not be because of us. It may be just because of the economy. It may be because of the political system, all the mistrust out there with the citizens and the current groups in office right now are putting things in our favor. But when the time comes that people are ready to say, yeah, I'm going with Libertarians and the Libertarian Party and our candidates and really ready to elect us, we have to be ready. And part of that is having organization. And people constantly ask, well, what are you doing now? Or what are you doing after the election? Are you worrying about what are you running for next? I said, no, right now what I'm really working on is building another Libertarian affiliate in South Georgia. That's important. We need grassroots candidates, we need organizations. So when we do get candidates, they have a base to operate from. You know, we need to be able to have a candidate like when, and last year when the candidates came down to Thomasville, we need a welcoming group there that can plug them in to our friends and family and as an organizational body. So I'm working on the Libertarian Party of Grady County, and that's important. And I was just thinking, I don't care if it takes if we need 3 members, we got 2 right now, and if I have to enlist all my kids, that'll be 6 members, but we are going to have an affiliate, and that's where we start. So we need better organization, and that's going to help us in the long run. You know, also, motivation, organization, of course we need more donations. You know, how do we raise money? We raise it any way we can, and I guess unfortunately, and that wasn't one of my best suits. You know, actually going out and begging. You know, and I tell people that. You know, and it's tough on candidates, and I believe it's even harder on libertarian candidates because we're not used to. We're used to being self-sufficient. We're used to doing things our own way. We're used to, I guess, plotting out and that's something I guess we have to learn. I guess since we're not professional, politicians, or I would say professional bureaucrats, we haven't been in office and know the game. That's something we have to work on. But we get more donations when we run local candidates. You know, every time that I've run for office, no matter whether it's on a local level or on the state level, I had people I could personally call and get some money from. So the more candidates we have, automatically the more money we're going to raise. And I think all candidates ought to seriously think about, not as their last thought in a campaign, but maybe on the front end is donating to the party. Because any candidate will tell you, if you wait to the end, a lot of times it's not going to be there. Because you always need more money, so you're going to spend every dime you have. But if you can set aside some money early on and give to the party, I think that'll work out a lot better for us. I always have in mind, if we ran 100 candidates that were willing to donate 1,000 back to the party, we'd have a strong state party with $100,000. And I think what we can do, we know what we can do with nothing. Just think if we had some money, if we had an organization. So these are the type of things those who already have affiliates need to work on when looking at candidates, and also building on more affiliates. And the last thing I wanted to say was, the word I'd come up with, but basically it's this. We want to reduce the size of government in our lives. And that's how we increase freedom. Well, we need to look at every single opportunity to do that. And you see what's effective. What's effective is the fact that this economic crunch has gotten the other parties thinking about libertarian ideas more than they ever would have just on a campaign trail. And like this previous speaker said, you have the sitting governor, member of the Supreme Court, the lieutenant governor speaking out about even thinking and articulating nonviolent criminal offenders, and maybe we ought to look at changing the system. That's funny because, that's libertarian. I spoke about that on the campaign trail. And I'm not going to take credit that they got it trying to steal it from us. I don't care whether they did or not, but the fact that they're thinking about it, and if it's the downturn in the economy that does it, or the fact that they don't have more money that's doing it, well, we need to look at ways that we can reduce the money that they get. So any way you can cut back, and that's what I'm personally looking at doing, any way that I can cut back donating any funds that I spend to the government, that's what I want to do. You know, I have to say, I used to buy lottery tickets. I get like one, you know, it's 350 million, I'm gonna get one ticket, spend that dollar, and maybe, you know, the Libertarian Party of Georgia is gonna be set for life, we're gonna be gone. I said, even with that, I cut it out. I went cold turkey. I told myself never again. Why? Because it's supporting government. Not gonna do it. So even those little things, I think, the broader we spread these type of things out, the better we can do. You know, I'm looking at alternatives. Instead of getting money orders from the post office, getting them from the gas station. Anything that I can do to cut back on donating any money. Sales tax. You know, instead of going to Walmart where we know we have all these splosh taxes, include sales tax, I'm looking at buying local for my vegetables. You know, go to the marketplace. You know, we still have a farmer's market in Grady County. Well, I'm going to start buying from the farmer's market. It's going to cut down on sales tax. Anything that I can do to cut down on donating to the government. And then also, we have to look at, there's a lot of money that government takes from us. You know, they're thieves writ large. Well, when they act, they come up with grants and ways of doling out these funds. Libertarians need to get in and find out how we can get some of that money and put it back to good uses. And you shouldn't feel ashamed about it. You know, taken from a thief, you know, and you can't necessarily give it back from who they stole it, but it'd be a good thing to be able to take that money and put it to a good use. So these are the type of things we need to think about moving forward. You know, how can we grow? How can we get better? And just enjoy the ride. You have to enjoy the fight. You know, like I say, I'm a local muckraker. You know, when an issue comes up, you know, I'm just going to speak out. I just can't stand myself. I have to say something. I have to, because there's plenty of times, you know, letters to the editor. You know, Lance talked about some of the things that they've done. It's very effective. Very effective. You'd be surprised how many people read the paper. You know, but you just put a little note in there about plant that seed of liberty, and you know, all the time I get people to come up to me and say, man, I read the paper, I like what you have to say. And these aren't the Libertarian Party members. So that's heartening to know that people are paying attention. So those are just a few of the nuggets that I want to share with you and let you know I'm not going anywhere. I'm very active. Grady County will have an affiliate this year. You know, we will be expanding. I've already talked to people in Thomas County. You know, everywhere I go, I'm starting to carry the world's smallest political quiz. We got to do it. Just hand them out. We have to have something. Put it in people's hands. But I have people in every group that I'm in. Once again, what are you doing? I was in Thomas County with the homeschool group, and one of the mothers was saying, you know what, my dad's a libertarian. You know, and I said, well, I need his number. I need to contact him because I'm looking at developing Thomas County. We need a local affiliate here. Because people see that what we have is broken and it's wrong. So it's upon us to carry the load, do the heavy lifting, and it's going to work out, and I'm having fun doing it, and I appreciate you giving me the time to just say a few things, and take care.